G'day, welcome to Country Music World. I'm Mick.
And I'm Jay.
On today's episode of CMW, we're heading down to Brisbane and we're going to talk to a young fella that's been out touring and he's doing about 65 million gigs a week.
He is, mate, and somewhere in amongst there he's found the time to record a new EP. He's got a new single out, there's a new video clip coming on the way, and lots more.
Yeah, he's worked out the way to balance his family life, his music, his business, and he's had the help from another young fella on the road over the last few months, and we're going to talk to him about that anyway.
So subscribe to the channel, like and share the posts around, sit back, relax, and let's get to know a little bit more about Will Day.
G'day, Will. How you going, mate? Have we got you on live?
Good, gentlemen. How are you? I'm well, thank you.
Pretty good,
Hey,
mate.
Will.
Thank you for taking some time out of your day here and having a chat with us at Country Music World.
Oh, no worries, mate. Monday's Muso's day off usually, so it's all good.
It's not a bad day, Mondays. I remember the old touring days too, but we did an interview with Luella Witt here a while ago, and she was talking about Mondays that she was so tired, but she was hungry. Do you get hungry on Mondays, mate?
I do, mate. Well, I've been out this morning, so I worked an appetite. But, mate, Monday's an eating day, a veggie out day, I think, recover.
Hey, Will, mate, let's talk about your music. So you've got an EP out called Seasons, and that's the current single, and it's going great guns for you at the moment. But let's talk about, because you've got some new music that's about to come out, right?
I do, mate. I've just I released my self-titled EP, my first solo EP I've done. So it's just called Will Day. Seasons was the first single of it. I released that a couple of months ago and went to number 6 in the iTunes country charts, Australian iTunes country charts, so that was pretty cool. So thank you very much to everyone that grabbed a copy of that. I hope you enjoyed it. And mate, the EP is out now, so I released it a couple of months ago and it's going good so far. Enjoying having some new music out. It's good. It's a good feeling.
What was your favourite part about the recording, mate? Do you like getting inside a vocal booth, and do you like that whole process, or do you wake up in the morning and go, oh, I hate everything about this stress?
No, mate, it was good for me. I did a bit of I started recording when I was at uni. I did a music degree in Brisbane about 8 years ago and spent a fair bit of time in the studio there. It was pretty green, didn't really know what was going on, and I did a bit more when I was out. But this was the first time actually I've worked with a producer, so Rob Mackay in Harvey Bay, where I recorded the EP. And Rob was he's so relaxed, he's so chilled out. He made me feel really welcome in the studio. There's no pressure. So I actually really enjoyed the process, to be honest. Yeah. And we did 5 tracks, so I got a good crack at spending some studio time. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Do you feel from a singer's point of view, mate, that the vocal booth is a bit of a scary place? Because it's for the people that don't know, it takes you out of your elements, doesn't it? Like, normally we're out and about and we've got a band or we've got some sort of live audience and it's night time and you've been up all day, but the studio's kind of polar opposites, isn't it?
It is, mate. I guess like the point you make there, if you're a live singer like I am predominantly, doing 65 million shows a week, like you said. Singing live vocally, as you guys know, it can be pretty forgiving. Like it's sort of you're out, you do it, and that's what you and obviously you got to work at it. But the studio is not so forgiving, as you know. It's it's a different take on singing, and I think that's where I guess when I was in the studio, that's where my vocal training came into it, because I trained professionally as a vocalist at uni. So and that helps you, I guess, get through that especially when you be tracking for a couple of hours or whatever straight. So, but yeah, I don't find it intimidating. I enjoy it. I can see how some people would, but it's a whole creative process to me. I like seeing something come together.
Yeah.
From me, my acoustic to seeing this thing on a record. It's pretty cool.
So, Will, you mentioned that you do about 65,000 shows a year.
Million. I think it was 65 million.
Yeah, I follow you on Facebook every now and then, and you put up your gigs for the week, and he's usually got 6 or 7 gigs a week, Mick. In between doing festivals and road trips and everything. How do you manage it all Will? Like, I know you've got a young family as well, so...
Oh, mate, that's a really good question. And at times it's really tough, to be honest. I've just done 6 shows last week, 5 this week coming. So, and the reason I do that is I love it, and it's what I do. It's my thing. I can't imagine doing anything else. So, so I do it because I love it. I guess when you're an aspiring singer-songwriter like me as well, you have to. It can get very tiring playing live that often, and you've got to put all this other energy into songwriting and being creative and finding the time for that. The 1,000 emails you've got to send to, we all know what it's like getting on festivals and promoting yourself as a singer-songwriter and a country artist. It's time-consuming, and I've got a little boy as well. He's beautiful. I've got a beautiful wife. The weeks are full on, no doubt about it, man. But time management comes into it. Which isn't the best, my biggest strength, but I get through the week, and it can be tough at times, and I guess tiring is the thing. But you just got to get through it somehow, and that's why this stuff, coffee, it's the go. So it's all good.
I think the time management thing is, obviously a valuable part of any muso's sort of life. They've got to, you got to be able to balance everything. But I think too, Will, you also need to be conscious of it. I think I hear a lot of people that they race away and they'll get out and they'll start doing gigs, and all of a sudden they look behind and things are crumbling behind them because they're forgetting what's happening. So I think just the whole thing of if it's in your mind and you go, okay, I'm doing this, however, I still have another life, which is not here tonight.
That's a good point, mate. It's a really good point because it is kind of like a different life, and you've got these other responsibilities, being a dad and husband and all that. So it's the circle goes all the way around. You've got to be aware of that the whole time. One thing I would say though is that I guess for me, the thing has been, I talked to some people at the uni I went to, some students the other day about working full time in the industry. And I said to them, work ethic is the biggest thing. It is in any industry, anything you do. You need to work hard at what you do. And I like to think I work pretty hard, and my work ethic is there because I've got that passion to do it. You know what I mean? So you can be awesome. You can be awesomely talented and whatever. But you be getting up at 12 every day and doing a show, and you might burn out. And like you said, it might fizzle behind you. So everything's got to line up. It's not just playing an awesome rock show. It's all got to line up. And time management is a big thing, especially if you've got lots like a family, like you said. So
yeah. What goals do you have in the short term? Will, say, what do you want to achieve in the next couple of years?
My early EP, and like I said, that's my first solo. I released a couple of Little Day Band a few years ago, but this is the first time I worked for a producer, and so my goal is to take the EP into next year. Film clip, like you said, which I'm recording in a few weeks. Shooting in a few weeks, and then I'm looking at releasing that at Tamworth. So next year, I'm planning on hitting the road a lot more. I've got all the shows in Brisbane, but I'm looking to. I really want to take my thing. Like I've said to my wife the other day, this whole country out there. You know what I mean? And I need to see it, and I need to play. I need to play for as much as I can. A, because I want to see the country, and B, because I want to play to as many people as possible. So next year, my goal is touring, definitely. There's a few things in the pipeline already, and overseas trip potentially, but keep on my Facebook for that. But there's touring probably the next year, and then I'm looking at and I guess that's trying to increase my fan base on a wider level. You know what I mean? Out of Southeast Queensland is a goal, and also. I think the 2-year time frame, so 2 years from now, I'll be looking at recording my debut album. That's the plan. So that's definitely on the card. So writing now, I think lots of co-writing. Just need to find the time to do it, and so the album will be coming. Yeah, that's the plan, mate. Yeah.
So, mate, talking about the touring, you've been out doing a little bit over the last few months. We've been Facebook stalking you here for a little while, and you've been out on the road with another larrikin of the country music industry, and he's been around for 25 years. If you follow his Facebook at the moment, he's doing the whole 25-year thing. So tell us about who you've been touring with, mate, and what's been going on with you lads.
Yeah, Cole, Finley and I, Cole and I only met last July, to be honest, and since then we just clicked. Cole he's an amazing bloke because I guess he saw we met in Maloney in his hometown and we did a show and he just I guess he, like you said to me, he noticed something in me that he sort of saw himself when he was a young artist. Ever since then, Cole's just been a massive help to my career, and he's given me a lot of career advice and mentorship. And then a few months ago, we played you a little bit. Why don't we put this in to a duo as well? We might as well be travelling together and talking business on the road and not having any fun and drinking any booze. We don't do that. So it's all business. No, it's been a lot of fun. We went to Tamworth the other day. I grew up in Goondiwindi, so doing a bit of stuff out there, and we've got some touring organised for the duo next year as well. So Cole, 25 years for him next year, so it's an exciting year for him. Exciting for me too. So, but what we're doing, it's like you said, it's working. It's working really well, and it's only going to grow from here. So I keep an eye on it. Yeah, sure.
Has it all been fun, mate, or is there times? And I mean, I'm not digging into the personalities, and you don't need to. I'm more sort of talking a broader spectrum of, we talk about it a lot when we come across artists that are out touring. Is there a fair bit of quiet time goes on as well? I mean, you're talking about that you're doing your business and all this, but the tedious side of the road it's pretty tough. And I mean, again, until you get out in the cars, and Cole, I've known Cole for 20 odd years, and that guy does some miles. So it's not all talk. You just got to get away, and do you find that it's hard to get away and have a couple of minutes to yourself when you always got someone in the motel room or in the car or behind you on the stage or in your dressing room? You know what I'm saying with that? Do you get times that you can sneak away?
I've got to be honest. I've only really started doing this kind of touring this year, so I've got to be honest and say that I really haven't done that whole 3-4 week run. So okay. I'm not going to answer a question that I don't really know the answer to. I can imagine it would be quite tedious, or whatever, if you're doing that and tiring. But next year, like I said, I'm so hungry to hit the road. That's what I want to do. We're going to get a caravan, jump in it, and just go. So we'll talk in a year, and we'll see if we've got four big bags on it. But from what I've done so far, I've done a bit. I've done a little bit of travelling and whatnot. It's tiring, and yes, you want some time to yourself, but it's part of it, I guess, and you guys know what that's like. And like I said, coming to next year, I'll be learning a lot more about the touring game. Yeah, I can't wait.
Hey, Will, who are you listening to, mate? Who you got in your iPod or on your computer? Who do you think's maybe an up and coming Australian artist even, or? Yeah,
at the moment, I'm listening to Travis Conlon's new record. I don't know. To me, that record is really, it's so complete. The whole thing's great. Travis Conlon's a bit of to be honest, I really look up to him as an artist. I probably discovered him 4 or 5 years ago when I was at Tamworth for the first time, and I saw him live, and I'm like, wow, this is a guy who has got it going on, you know what I mean? And he's work ethic, but his talent obviously. But that album, the songs, because I believe he wrote most of them. The heartfelt and the production's awesome. So I'm really enjoying that at the moment. I've got to be honest, Jay. Since last year, going to the DAG where I met you, I've listened to a lot of Kev Bennett, not exactly up and coming, but I've listened to so much KB in the Flood time and time again since having that time with him, writing a song, and it's really inspired me big time over the last year, KB and the Flood. So a lot of that. As far as young up and comers go, there's a lot going on. My thing is I'm always out doing gigs, right? So I don't get to see a lot of shows. So I'm looking forward again at Tamworth and trying to see some of that, get out in the street, busking and whatnot. And I had a guy contact me about opening up for me at Tamworth. So, any young artists out there want to hit me up, please send me a message on Facebook. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing some more artists at Tamworth, to be honest. That's at the moment, Trav Collins and a lot of KB, to be honest.
Both going to be legends, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you do all right if you're focusing in on sort of trying to perfect yourself to what those lads are doing. I don't think you're going to go too far wrong. Where can we find you? So you said you're heading into Tamworth. We're going to talk to Tamworth in a second, but prior to that, mate, so how do we find Will Day? So what's all your social handles and all your links and stuff?
Find me on my website at willdatemusic.com. And I've got I've got my gig guide up on the website. So, and if you're a bit old school and you like buying some merch and a hard copy CD, which is completely cool, I still do. I've got a shop up there, so I'll send one out to you no matter where you are. And then Facebook is the main thing. So Will Day Music. Find me on Facebook at Will Day Music. And it's Instagram willday_music. Follow me there. I put all my shows up, like Jay said, on Facebook every week. You can keep an eye out for festivals I'm doing and Tamworth, etc. So willdatemusic.com and Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, mate. So you're heading off to Tamworth. Where are we going to catch you in Tamworth, man?
Mate, I've been doing a full show announcement on my Facebook page this week, actually, so check that out. But doing a few shows at the MP Courthouse, Southgate Inn, going out to the DAG, and awesome new venue. I'm doing some shows at Solo Inn at the Cattleman Steakhouse out of town there. So got a big week planned. Doing 10 or 11 shows. I'll be there for the whole time. So if you're around Tamworth, come see me show and say good day. I'd love to have a yarn. But yeah, look at my Facebook page with the details this week. So yeah.
If you see a couple of big dudes down backstage looking in your eskies at the back, it's just me and Jay. Yeah. And
you'll be taking the rider, yeah.
And we're just making sure the rider is correct. That's all we're doing. But we'll have
to, in line.
We will have to check it every day to make sure they didn't mess anything up for you, all right? So, hey, Will Day, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you and get to know a little bit more about you, mate. We're going to make sure all your links are below. And people should go and click on these things and they click through and follow you because you're one of the busiest humans on the planet. We love seeing that. We love seeing guys that get out and about. Absolutely. You're playing in a live band situation. You're writing songs. You're doing solo stuff. You're balancing your family life. You're recording music. It's all cool, man. It's all cool. You've got our support. And on behalf of Jay and myself and everyone here at the Country Music World, we wish you the best in your future. And we're going to talk to you again.
We will.
Failing that, Will Day, you're our champion, mate, and thank you so much again for your time.
Thanks, Will.
Good on you guys, thank you.
Mate.
Did you like that interview and want to see some more just like it? Then check them out right there.
We've got artist interviews, we've got the CMW Country Artist of the Week chart as voted by you, and we also have heaps of weekly prize giveaways.
So give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because together we can make a difference in the country music world.